What's up, y'all? Hands of Fury. So today we have a very special guest. If you guys can't tell from the looks, this is my mama. And she just got in here last night. This is her first day in sunny California. So we had to get a video going for you guys so you guys can meet her and also hear some of her story, because a lot of pretty much everything we do has been very much inspired by her as a person and how she has changed my life and made it possible to do any of the things that I do. So I pull so much inspiration from her, and I want to be able to give some of that to you guys. So we're gonna start off with a few little questions. So growing up, obviously there were a lot of obstacles that we had to go through to get to where we are today. As a kid, I couldn't always understand them because I was so young, and I really just, counted on her and her guidance and followed her way to just know that she was doing the right thing for us. So, question for you, mi madre, is how as a mother did you cope with your children not understanding the changes taking place in their life?
Well, it had been years and years and years of abuse, from the verbal to the emotional to the physical. 18 years.
Yeah.
Many, many, many times I left, but I always ended up coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And I always questioned when I came back, why come back knowing that nothing was going to change?
Yeah.
Because it never ever got better.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew you didn't understand when I finally, in the middle of the night, came and got my two younger kids.
Yeah.
But it was something I knew I had to do, because I had something not just to prove to myself that I was worthy and that I was a good, decent person.
Yeah.
I had to prove it to myself, and it was so important because my 4 children were my life that I needed to prove it to you and your siblings, and to give you a better life, because staying in that situation any longer, I don't think you would be where you are today.
So growing up, as much as I love her dearly now that I'm older and I'm an adult, we didn't always get along as mom and son. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of different things. I have my vision of how things went down, but you can tell me what you thought of me as a kid.
What did we really argue about, Seth, was the fact that you didn't pick up.
Yeah.
The fact that your mom would freak out and slam things on the floor when I woke up there, and you'd run out the house.
Crazy woman.
Not gonna come back. The fact that on that Christmas you got your very first cell phone.
Yeah, hey, okay, so quick little story. Now listen, I wasn't the most grateful kid, and I think that's what this is about. It's about growing up, looking back at where you came from. So I was supposed to get a gold chain. This is what was popping. This is what was in style. All my friends had it. I was probably like 15, 16 years old. And I needed a gold chain that hung down to my stomach. Everybody was doing it in the rap songs. I needed it. We went to these different jewelry stores. We were picking them out. I was getting excited about it. I was dreaming about it. I was like, just 10 more days to Christmas, and I'm gonna have this gold chain. Somewhere along the line, my mother decided to make an executive decision, and instead of getting me what it is I wanted, that she knew I wanted, she wanted to have that element of surprise. So she said, forget the gold chain, I'm gonna get him something else that he loves just as much, and decided to get me a cell phone. Now, the cell phone didn't carry too well with me. I was so upset that I didn't get that chain, because I'm looking at this cell phone like, oh man, now she gonna have a way to track me. I'm not gonna be able to use that excuse that I'm at my friend's house and we couldn't get to a phone and the phone died. Now I have a phone that she can call at any time and say, come home. I didn't like that too much. So I said, do you have to have the phone number? And boy, that set off a whole set of emotions. So she said, she said, no, I don't have to have this phone number. You know what? You don't have to have this phone. So she kept the phone, my gift. I never got the phone. I tried to apologize. It didn't work out.
I didn't even have a cell phone.
She didn't have it. So and
you were my first priority. I gave it to you, to make that comment like, oh, and now you're going to be calling. I said, no, like you just said, give me the phone. You don't ever have to worry about me calling you on this number. Yes.
And I
finally got the phone. I kept it.
Yeah. As I get older, it's funny to look back at all these little stupid arguments that you have with your mom and your dad, because when you get older and you start to realize not only how precious time is, but how precious the relationships with them are, you start to pay a lot more attention to the more important things, and that's why I had her come out here this weekend, because I hadn't seen her as often as I would like, and I think it's important to share and spend as much time with these people while we're still here on this earth, because life is too precious.
And I can't say how proud I am of you
Thank you, Mom.
This is your second home here in California that I've been to.
First one by myself.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, Mom.
And it just shows, as I look around in each and every room,
Yeah.
it's so safe.
Oh, it's clean now.
It's very
Oh,
clean.
It's clean now. See, here's the thing. I hated cleaning as a kid because
Yeah.
I just hate being told what to do. I'm just not meant to be that person that's bossed around. And even though I loved living in a clean setting,
Yes.
probably because you cleaned it all the time.
Yes.
But I got used to it. So when I think of home, it has to be clean or else I don't feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
So now that I'm by myself, I'm like, okay,
You got it.
time to clean. Yeah,
You got
but
it.
I come home and visit you, I'm gonna leave that cup in the sink because that's just what I do. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
you
even
know?
when you leave that cup in the
Yeah.
sink, Seth, did you forget something?
And that's when it's time to get back on the
Put
plane.
it away.
And come back to
Right,
California. So we have come to terms that we love
Yeah.
each other, but we still are two different people.
Yeah.
And that's okay to be different from each other and acknowledge the fact that you do have to live in separate places, but still love each other and respect each other
Yes.
all at the same. So what advice would you give parents that are in similar situations to what you were, that are looking to make a change, that are looking to find that strength and power to actually just do it?
Faith in God. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
For women that are in the situation now that I was in, just believe that there's hope. And there are organizations, there are shelters. I honestly have probably been in about 8 different shelters. I had family. I had a big family support, and I still have a big family support. Not everybody has that, and that can be difficult, and that can keep them, once they've gotten out of the situation, to be able to stay out of the situation. And I grew up a loving, caring, supportive family, and they couldn't understand why I was staying in this situation, this relationship being as bad as it was.
Yeah. A lot of times people don't intentionally get into toxic relationships knowing that that's what they're going to be when they first meet somebody. A lot of times it's all sunshine and happiness in the beginning, and then it slowly takes that turn, and before you know it, you're trapped and you don't know how to get out. You don't even know how you got into it, but you're into it. And even though you grew up with a great family background and this isn't anything that you're familiar with, somehow this has become your reality, and it can happen to anybody. So don't ever take fault or blame and feel like you intentionally put yourself in this situation. It happens. And sometimes you just gotta take the time to get out of it. You know, as hard as it is and as easy it was to get into it.
Right.
All right, y'all. So to wrap it up, I want to thank my mom for taking the time to drop some gems and some knowledge to you guys. I really hope you guys, have listened and it hits you home and it inspires you to help you in whatever situation you might be currently going through. Thank you. I love you from the bottom of my heart for everything.
So proud of you.
Thank you, Mama.
Yes.
And we're gonna go enjoy the rest of our trip because we got a couple more days before you go back to Boston to the cold, nasty weather. As always, y'all, Hands of Fury, Mama Fury. Later.